Welcome back to the Jackie Griffin Show, and we have some special guests, and Lori's going to tell us a little bit about them.
Yes, I am. We have with us today Averill and his warrior buddy, Ruby. And Ruby has a little bit of a story attached to her. She was brought to the shelter when she was approximately 10 months old. She had a facial fracture right below her eye, and we don't know how it happened because she was a stray. And she was in need of surgery and a lot of medical care. So the shelter that doesn't have a budget for that type of thing called the Prince William Humane Society, and we have the PAWS Fund, the Poor Animal Welfare and Surgical Fund.
Wow.
And we told them to please take her and have her injuries taken care of and that we would pay for it, and we did. And then when she was recuperating, she went into foster care for 7 weeks. And the lady that was fostering her just fell madly in love with this dog. It was almost a failed foster, but not quite. She fell madly in love with her, and she said that everybody that Ruby came in contact with absolutely fell in love with her, Ruby with them, and that she felt that she would make a great therapy dog, and that she felt that when she was returned to the shelter that we should really make an effort to get her adopted out to somebody that would, do therapy work with her.
Right.
And obviously when it's a county shelter and we don't work there, we don't have any control over who's going to adopt her. So she came back to the shelter, and within a week, Averill was actually referred to the program, and Colleen, one of our trainers, came and did an evaluation of several of the dogs at the shelter, and she selected Ruby as a possible candidate. And then Averill was brought in to meet the several that she had selected, and I happened to be there. It was a Saturday, and I'm not normally there, but I happened to be there, and I was just overjoyed when he selected Ruby as his buddy. So he can take it from there.
And I just wanted to say that I'm glad that this Ruby is here, because I know over the years I used to be really, really afraid of pit bulls because of the reputation behind them, and to see that Ruby is a warrior, warrior buddy?
Warrior buddy, yeah. Service dog.
Service dog, that is, very inspiring to me, because, you see a pit bull and you're like, oh my goodness, no, but to know that she's helping a wounded warrior, that's amazing.
They really get a bad rap, pit bulls. I mean, it's all in who the owner is and how they're raised and what they're raised to do. But you can see, she just wants to play.
Harmless.
She's totally harmless. She just wants to play, and she's a perfect dog for him.
So tell us about
Ruby.
Ruby.
What I tell everybody, I didn't choose Ruby. Ruby chose me. Out of the dogs that I was there to meet, Ruby was the most loving and inspiring one. The first meeting was such a joy because she jumped all up on me, and she just wanted to be loved. And this is my first dog. And just happened to be a therapy dog. So my wife grew up with dogs, and so I had to get a lot of advice from her, and then and calling Colleen like every day, wondering how do I feed her, how do I train her with using the bathroom inside the house, how do I get her to get used to seeing me nervous, seeing me having the nightmares. For a few months, about 5 months, she slept in the bedroom with me because my nightmares were so bad. And after a while, my wife's like, okay, you're not having the nightmares so bad now she can go to her own bed. So she's been really a help to me and my family, and kind of like brought us all closer together.
And she's specific to you, if you don't mind me asking. So do you have like PTSD?
Yeah, PTSD, yes ma'am.
Okay.
I have PTSD and anxiety real bad. So when I get nervous or scared, she kind of does the medical alert. Anybody that that comes up like to our door that we're not familiar with, she'll just alert bark. That's the only type of barking she does is alert barking, and so she helps me with that, to kind of cope with it. Oh yeah, and my pills. She reminds me to take my medicine.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So she'll lick my hand and nudge me, and jump up on me, trying to get me to take my medicine, you know, and to remind me to do those daily things that I have to do.
So you know that's her way of telling you.
Yes, after a while,
things.
you know, because she's persistent. She's persistent, and she watches me take my pills, and once I take my meds, then she's good. She'll go and lay down, sit down, and as you can see, she's calmed down because I've calmed down.
Correct.
So she's really a help, you know. So
she really alerts you when you're not really aware of certain behaviors.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. She really keeps me engaged with the world a lot of times, and then sometimes, like in malls, I could go to the malls now, but before I really didn't go to malls that much, and she really kind of helped me to bring out that, you know, socialization part of getting back into society, you know, and also with my daughters, you know, she likes to go to the mall too, so, you know, I could not just say, hey, I don't want to go to the mall, you know, so that's like one of her favorite.
And the service dogs are allowed to go in the malls?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've been on planes. I've also competed in the Warrior Games, so she went with me to a few of the Warrior Games, and traveling, and they give me handicap seating a lot of times, but most of the time she sits right up under the seat, and she'll go to sleep for the entire flight.
Wow. What changes have you noticed for your dad since, what's the baby's name again?
Ruby.
Since Ruby has come into your life?
He's funner now.
He is?
Yeah.
Do you like Ruby?
Yeah, I like her.
She loves Ruby.
You seem to be shy. Is Ruby helping you with your shyness? Because she seems to be lively. Ruby's real lively and fun. You have a beautiful smile, by the way.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about how do you go about training a dog like Ruby for a specific service member's need?
When I'm evaluating dogs, what I want to see is I want to see their intention for contact. What that's going to show me is that when they start sensing and smelling, humans will emit hormonal smells when their anxiety increases. Any sort of hormonal changes, the dog can smell them. And so when I have a dog that initiates contact frequently and wants that affection, then what happens is during the training process, we teach them and we build that instinct that when they smell those certain scents, that they come and nudge their handlers. And so that's their alert. So they will frequently tell their handlers that they're bridging into an anxiety or panic attack before their handlers are even aware that it's going on. They have also, a lot of dogs will frequently put up what looks like a fuss. And I have been told countless times from my veterans during the working process and the training process that, you know, they were talking with somebody and their, you know, anxiety was increasing, and so their dog's putting up a fuss and nudging them, and they were able to say, oh, excuse me, I need to take my dog out to the bathroom. The dog didn't need to go to the bathroom. The dog was doing different behaviors that we've taught them and reinforced for them to remove that person from that situation to prevent a full-on panic attack.
So they rescue them.
Absolutely. It is definitely a moment or relationship between the two where they're both being rescued, they're both broken, and they're both healing together, and they're helping one another out. So it's not just the veteran helping the dog or the dog helping the veteran. There's definitely a massive team effort between the two of them.
Oh, that's awesome. And I guess that really helps a lot because, you know, in the military, we're taught to be a team and work together as a team. So
this is your battle buddy.
Now you have your own little battle buddy.
It is. That's what we call them. We call them their battle buddies.
That's
exactly.
Awesome. That's awesome. I would love to have your wife come on and tell us a little bit. Come on and tell us a little bit about.
You can have my mic.
How the having the battle buddy in your family now has changed your lives for the better, as far as your husband and even you, because I saw you telling her what to do and she was doing it. She was obeying because you know that's what moms do. You know. So introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about how she's changed your lives.
Okay, well, hello. My name is Ida Malone. I'm Ava's wife. Ruby has been a big help. It took a minute for me because I'm so used to taking care of him. And then she came, and it was like, she's in my way. And so he was like, Mom, you don't like her. She's in my way. I deal with her if I have to. So, but she has helped a lot, especially like what he was saying about Ayana. I like to go to someone just to walk around. We like going to the movies, and when Ava and I were dating, we were always going out to the movies and walking and stuff, and Ruby helps him go out. And we didn't know, so the first time we tried it, it's like the water part. People see you with the dog, and they're like, oh, okay, they don't ask questions, like, okay, they just keep going. So she's really helped him open up as far as coming out of what I guess you say what he had created was a comfort zone, which was in the home.
Right.
As far as her listening to me, I guess that's that whole, alpha female thing.
Yes.
And I think it actually helped him. One time he went away to training, and he actually went by himself. I think they didn't get the paperwork finished or something like that, and so she was home with me. And so I trained her to okay, it's time for you to come back downstairs and sleep on your bed or go on your kennel. And there was a tussle because when he's around, as far as you can say, I don't listen to you.
Right.
So then I have to tell her, I don't care if he's standing there or not. I'm the head woman in this house. So, so we have that bond. And then for me, and I believe in being naked, not ashamed. So there was I would say a love-hate relationship between Ruby and I. There was times it was more hate than it was love. I dealt with her, I tolerated her, but as far as I'm concerned, I was like, she can go back for all I care, because it was just like she's in my way.
Right.
And I got sick. And so Ruby, like he said, she looks out for everybody. And I've had bouts with pulmonary embolisms and severe anemia, and I had gotten really sick one time. And my husband, everyone went to leave. He says, okay, I need you to stay and take care of Mama. And this chick stayed. I mean, she was on my coattail from the time I went downstairs. She got the chair, and I had to look at her and say, Ruby, I'm okay, before Ruby would even take her eyes off of me.
Wow.
So she is truly a family dog, and she's a service dog, but she's also that family dog, because as far as you're concerned, this is mine, and she's a whole lot like me as far as I'm very protective of what belongs to me. So is she, and then we'll tell people if they come, let her sniff you so she knows that you're okay.
Right.
Because the first thing she does, she looks at us, is like, okay, are they all right? Okay, and we have a friend that she has a habit of just coming in.
Right.
And she's gotten more comfortable with it, but we don't want to hurt her feeling. That's just how she is or whatever. But Ruby, we had to tell her it's okay. But the first time she walked in, and with Averill, when he's in his office, he's oblivious, because one of his training was painting. Mm-hmm. So he was in the office. He had his headphones on. He don't hear nothing. He's painting. And all of a sudden he hears this barking, and Ruby's not. She's doing that warning barking, but it's that warning barking like, I suggest you don't come near me. And
right.
He had to get up, and she's in the house. She's standing there frozen. So she's a protector. She's the confidant. She's everything. And like he said, with nudging him with the medicine, we didn't know. We just figured one time it was like, why is she still picking with him? He's like, move, Ruby. And he looked. He says, oh, it's 6:15. I gotta take my medicine.
That's amazing.
And she follows him upstairs. She sits there and she watches him, and she come on back downstairs. Yeah. It was like, okay, and then. He
like
when
having
he takes
his own little private nurse.
Yeah, basically. And when he takes his sleep medicine at night, if it kicks in, a lot of times, even during the day, because he deals with pleurisy, which is it's where the linings of they get this hardening, and it makes it harder for him to breathe. Mm-hmm. And easily said it's like a reactive airway disease. Mm-hmm. And he'll get to the stairs, and Ruby will come and he'll say brace, and she'll stand there and have him grab her collar, and she pulls him up the stairs. Oh, wow. So Ruby, I mean, she adjusts as he adjusts. If he needs more help doing this, she's there. If he doesn't want to be bothered, there's times I have to say, okay, Ruby, he don't want to play right now. He's not having a good day. And she'll sit there and she's upset, but then he's what we call itchy scratchy or touchy feely, and it's like, don't touch me. So I'll have to tell Ruby, come over here, and she'll watch him, and then when he's ready, he'll call her back. So she's been a very big asset to the family.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah. I hope y'all heard that. You're going to be getting a lot of calls. When did he sign up?
First of all, she's a pit bull.
Yeah.
And secondly, she was a homeless shelter dog. Mm-hmm. And look at what she's done for this family.
Right.
Isn't that amazing?
And it is amazing, and it's so rewarding
to
me and to my organization.
Yeah. And what you were saying about the whole pit bull, when he said it's a pit bull, I said, wait a minute, no. Because I grew up around them, and no, like you said, they get a bad rap, and now you try not to tell people that she's a pit, because it's like, oh, no, and it irritates you, because it's like, look, she's not like those dogs. She's not the same way. They look at her, they see pit, and so because they're not sure because she has that
Right.
mixed look. So she's a terrier mix.
Yeah, and that's
We'll
what
leave it at
that's
that.
my
We don't
Because you
say
noticed
pit.
when I saw her earlier,
Yeah.
and I asked, I said, "Is that what kind of dog is that?" You,
I
I
said
didn't want to
terrier
say
mix.
pit
Yeah.
bull, but I'm
Right.
like, that looks like. But then you said pit, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my goodness!"
Yeah.
And that's because of their reputation.
Yeah.
So
But she's mixed. She's not full blooded. So I say terrier mix, and then they say, "Oh yeah, she's a pit bull." Oh, terrier mix. It's still in that bull family.
right.
So,
But she's very well behaved, everyone, and
Yeah.
she's not. The trainer's not standing over there with a whip, making sure that she behaves. She's actually behaving on her own and just being a part of her family, which is very
Oh, yeah.
inspiring. What you're doing is great.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
really
you.
great. And we're going to go to a commercial break, and then later on in the show, we'll be back with.
William and Thunder.
We'll be right back on the Jackie Griffin Show.